unfortunately, it is part of the programming because the romance of it is a tragedy. Like, think about Romeo and Juliet, right? A tragedy. A lot of romances are actually tragedies, but in modern times, comedic, romances made the tragedy work out at the end. And so I feel like women are being conditioned and have been conditioned to expect a certain level of turbulence. You know what I'm saying? Right? As part of their love narrative to make it really worth it. Unfortunately, that then finds themselves searching for a leading man. And oftentimes they cast horribly for that role and find themselves in a recurring casting situation. So, I mean, I do get the gist of this question. I do think that women like mystery. I do think women may not want to admit it, but they want to, want a guy, right? They want to desire a guy. If you make it easy for them, then maybe they lose interest easily, right? So there's some of that, I think, at play. But a lot of it, though, is, I think, unfortunately, that women have been conditioned to look for the wrong qualities also in men. And so them talked about like the stoicism and all that. And she's absolutely right. Like, these women may ask for a thing. It's like asking for a Ferrari, but you've never drove one. Right? I remember the story about Elon Musk. He wanted a fancy car. I think it was a McLaren when he first got rich. He fucking crashed that shit. He didn't know what the fuck to do with that. So yes, people have desires for things that they've never experienced before. And when they finally get it, they have a challenge. But that's just part of life. It's part of growth. It's part of evolution. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I do agree that women are, they're attracted to that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's just simply for the fact that, women just, no, I just think that dopamine, the excitement, all of that, the romance, that plays into the nature of women and the programming of women. And some of us are using that to great effect. So, yeah, I do think there's a lot of truth here. I just think that they make it seem like it's one thing, but I just know that it's not the thirst thing. Like, women absolutely have been turned off by that. And that's unfortunate because I think a man who is intentional, a man who is showing you clear interest, who is consistent about that, that's kind of the guy that you want to lean towards, right? And I get the mystery part, but asking a woman to turn off her vagina desire towards mystery is a lost cause.
I just want to add this one little sentence here, and that's basically that I know you hit on the word thirsty and how women don't like thirsty men. And I just want to say the reason behind it, that's also socialization, is because we've been socialized to distrust fast affection, right? Because a lot of times when somebody shows up with fast affection, immediate affection, then they have a tendency, that's when they get scared that they're about to be ghosted after that affection ends.
That's cap. That's cap. I'm sorry. I got called cap on that. I'm going to tell you why. Because you said it earlier and I was going to let it slide, right? Because that's cap. That's cap. It got to a point where it just wasn't cool. Women were looking at dudes as nerdy and as corny for expressing real intent and desire. It had nothing to do with all that safety shit. No, somehow y'all got tricked into thinking the motherfucker that actually liked you was corny. That's what the fuck happened a majority of the time. Okay, so I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true. I'm saying, because I mentioned earlier, there was a part in the culture where being romantic, being expressive, showing clear interest was a thing. Now guys can't even show clear interest because you look thirsty, right? So brothers are being conditioned now to do the mixed signal shit because that's what women are showing them that they clearly are into. You know what I'm saying?
As a result of love bombing.
Huh?
No, as a result of love bombing.
That is cap. Most women are not experiencing love bombing like that. It is not as pervasive as y'all are making it seem. There's a lot of homely women out here who would wish to be love bombed on.
That's okay,
stop it. And they're still falling for the mixed signal bullshit. So it's not that, y'all. We got to be honest. Okay? Yes, I agree. They're being conditioned to their own detriment to a thing, but it's not the love bombing shit. It's because they made it seem like it was corny for a man to show real interest. You wonder why the R&B is what it is today. Ain't no brothers talking about no romance shit. You know why? Because it's fucking corny. Y'all let the city girls and all this fucking music bullshit convince y'all that just talking about fucking on the first date, letting you ride in my fucking car is what the fuck romance was. The fuck are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Right? There's a fucking trend going on right now of like Drake wannabes like giving quotes, girl, I would do. The culture is cheap as fuck.
And even, we could always hear women like, oh, I want a God-fearing man, a man who loves the Lord. So the guy who meets you and says, you know what? God told me that you were going to be my wife. You don't want that guy. Women want the guy who's going to dog walk them for 10 years and try to sue her on the back end. That's confusing.
And furthermore, I know Russell Wilson is minding his own damn business. But the thing that gets me about y'all women folks who are like, oh my God, Russell's praying or Sierra's praying. Y'all wouldn't have fucked with Russell. It took Sierra to fuck with Russell for like, oh, if y'all would have met the nigga, he's corny.
He's corny.
Y'all wouldn't have fucked with him. But yeah, because she did, now you want you with Russell. No, you don't. You never did.
We talked about, well, you talk about the music, you talk about entertainment and so forth, but who's leading that conditioning? Is it men or women that's leading that condition? I'm just curious.
I mean, I don't know, Esther, you tell me. I done have so many damn women's movements that didn't you have to take some autonomy at some point in time to have
I think so,
I'm
yeah.
asking because if you notice, the majority... No, I'm going to go ahead and, since you asked me, I'm going to go ahead and put it this way. The majority of music that took out the romance and so forth, that didn't come from women because there's not enough women out there singing about the romance being taken from them. It's actually the guys who actually sing about just fucking on the first date and so forth. Now, I will acknowledge the Little Kims and so forth who brought in that type of music. They're far and few in between. The Nicki Minaj, the WAPs, and so forth, that's still far and few in between before we got to where we are now. But the one that always rapping about bitches and hoes or just doing this and doing that and making that look cool, and even the people who they push, the entertainment industry. So once again, it goes back to socialization and conditioning. So in regards to the toxic, as far as not liking the nerd or the corny person or whatever. And that's why we had a conversation about nice guys in last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever. But I'm just saying that I just find it amazing because the love bombing thing is an issue. There was actually a study done on that too in regards to love bombing. It's also the fact that men have hit it and quit it after they gave that clear interest, and we're disregarding that aspect of it. There are men out there who showed clear interest and then the woman was ghosted. Or I'm just saying that saying that part exists. To say that it doesn't exist, to me, is cap.
I don't think anybody said
Who said it doesn't exist? We hit and quit it all the time. Clear interest doesn't mean drop your drawers. Just because you got snickered at your coochie because a nigga showed you a good time at the fucking Red Lobster is a you problem. What the fuck are we talking about?
Got you those biscuits.
Every time a guy showed clear interest, I fucked him. Oh, it didn't work out for me. So let me go over here to the mixed interest guy because at least I don't know.
That's crazy.
Girl, we all want to fuck you. If we fucking with you, what the fuck are you talking about here?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
What are we talking about, SNL?
I'm saying that the clear interest, it comes with women are wary of the clear
everything
interest.
Is not love
That's
bombing.
what I'm saying.
No, and everything is not love bombing.
I'm not saying it's love bombing. I'm not saying everything is. I'm just talking about, that's why I just said hit it and quit. That's why I talked about hit it and quit it. I talked about interest. I talked about ghosting. And I talked about love bombing as different ways why people are hesitant when it comes to clear interest. It's like, well, let me watch you. Let me vet you a little bit longer before I go ahead, and that's how folks get these mixed signals. And
I'm trying to figure out how women be picky and still pick the wrong dude.
But here's this what I'm saying. So I just find it interesting.
It don't matter. There's no. Listen, man. There's no. Okay, you can have somebody can show clear interest, and you can still vet them. I don't understand what that's like even a point, right? If we're talking about men, because I feel like the question was really trying to ask whether or not women are interested in guys who are straightforward about their interest. Now you're going to take it like a different road. Any guy can play. Right? So if we're just going to start going down that road, it doesn't matter if it's mixed signals or clear interest. We're assuming that on some level, the guy who is showing clear interest is being intentional. Hey, I want this. I want this. And women are saying, oh, we don't want that. We want the guy that we got to guess. Right? So we don't got to go down a different road just to kind of win the argument of which one is better. I think the reality of it is if somebody is telling you clearly what they're interested in, then that's going to give you as much information as possible to make the better choice.
I was just going to say, it's a minor point. We talked about the music and who changed it. And I know that was in the middle of a blame men for everything speech, but point of information, women are the biggest consumers, right? Period, across all in any market. So if the people weren't buying the music, they wouldn't be making the music. So goes back to women selecting and saying, no, I need a roughneck. I want a roughneck. Nothing wrong with roughneck. You have a roughneck who's straightforward about his feelings. I'm just saying women fed into the kind of guys who are out there now. If the music changes because the market asked for the change and the market kept asking and buying it. So that's what y'all wanted. Now y'all keep getting what you want, and you keep saying, I don't want that. Surprise me.
And for the record, she said she wanted a roughneck, and she curved Will Smith, and she got the roughneck.
They're referencing MC Light, if I'm not mistaken. This was like 30 years ago. Not to show our age, but 30 years back then, women were taking their own voices and saying, this is the thing that we desire.